What is up, beautiful Virgo friends? Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup, as your cards pop out instantly. So happy to have you here on my channel. Hope this video finds you well. We are here to do your February into March 2020 Tarot Love Readings. This is going to be for love. So as always, guys, just my general sort of rules here. I hate to call them that because that sounds so ominous and scary. Rules, right? These readings are general here on YouTube, so not everything I say is going to resonate with all the Virgos out there. So it is up to you guys to come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind, and ultimately to take away only the messages that you feel are intended for you, that serve you in some capacity, Virgo. If you don't currently have a person, this could represent someone coming in. It could represent someone from your past showing up, or if you're dating around and looking to get some clarity and guidance, this could potentially help you with all that. All right, guys, so this is going to be for my Virgos, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, however you resonate with that. Cross watchers, I see you. You're welcome here. You're welcome at the Intuitive Teacup. For February into March 2020. Energy is roughly for a month. So yeah, don't force anything to fit your circumstance or scenario. If something resonates, take it and run with it. Otherwise, release it, drop it like it's hot. If it feels foreign or strange, that means it's probably not your message, in which case you can move on. Sometimes messages will resonate for you later down the line. I think that's very common. A lot of tarot readers will find that their messages, I hate to use the word predict the future, right? That, whatever. Some people do believe that. That's fine. I think we tap into energies, but yeah, give them time to resonate. Not everything is going to make sense right here, right now. All right, one more deck to shuffle. Virgo, messages in love. We're going to take one more card. All right, cool. Let's do it for my beautiful Virgos out there. Bottom of your deck is Nine of Cups. Love that. Wish fulfillment, long-term happiness. You're what you dream about in the future. You're conflicted about it, though. Some of you are realizing that what you thought you wanted is not what you actually want. Interesting. So we'll keep that in mind as we go through. Let's look into your energy. This is you. So you have the Sun, Page of Earth, you have Knight of Swords, and King of Swords. Okay, so strong sword energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is a card of Leo, so some of my Virgos may have some strong Leo in their chart. Your energy is curious. Yeah, especially wanting to try like new things in the bedroom, being like sexually experimental. And something about needing to keep a calm head about it. Some of my Virgos are worried that they're going to get too swept up in like, almost like the obsessive factor of your person. And yeah, it's almost like you don't want to get stung. You don't want, especially if this refers back to potentially a rocky relationship with a Leo, you don't want to go all in this time. You're trying to remain, withdrawn or withheld, but it does feel like whoever you're with, you're excited about them. But there's also like a secret to this where you're not wanting the people around you to know that you're with this person. So maybe it's not official. Maybe, potentially you could be dating around and yeah, there's something secretive about it. And it might also be if you have a child, you're not wanting them to know that you're dating around, or the opposite. You think your parents might not approve of this. There's something about parent-child. Potentially, you are more presenting as the child energy with Page of Earth. That is your elemental Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It's fearing the approval of an adult, the judgment you may face of an adult, or of an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So that could be your romantic partner too, very strongly, specifically a Gemini as well. Interesting. All right, let's throw one of these on it. This may involve two children, or if it's not children, it's two people who are very immature, Virgo. And if it doesn't have to do with like, maturity in the traditional sense, it could just be inexperienced, especially like sexually inexperienced. Yeah, the Two of Pentacles. So it feels like you guys are just starting to get this relationship up and running in terms of like the physicality of it, like the physical relationship, not just kind of exchanging flirty glances across the room at each other. Yeah, it seems like, I'm only reading for a month potentially, but yeah, it seems like you start getting into the more physical aspects of it. And something about pain. I don't know if there's like pleasure in pain or something about like, I don't know, it could be like, BDSM or something like that. And there's no judgment here. The reading is very interesting because you have King of Swords coming up, which is like the cold-hearted energy, right? It's very, especially in this deck, because it's sort of the contrast of these two. It's like this young fairy wanting to explore and touch and discover. But then there's like this very stern kind of domineering, I just heard cold-hearted. So I don't know if you guys, I don't know if this represents the person you're actually being romantic with, or you fearing that someone's going to find out, gain knowledge of it, hear about you guys hanging out. So I don't know if some of you are married to an air sign, but you're flirting around with like, or I don't know, like married to an Aquarius, flirting around with a Gemini. I'd be real careful with that. Why are these two children presenting? I am getting something about the number 2. 2 children, 2 of Pentacles. And 2 spectators, if that makes sense for anyone. I don't really know what to do with that message, but somebody out there probably knows what that means. 2 candidates, again, yeah, you might be dating around, Virgo. Not wanting to, it has something about not wanting to land sure, or not landing with a sure foot, unsteady footing, unstable ground. It's not so much being fearful as it is not wanting to commit yourself. It seems like you're trying to leave the door open so that, like, if things get weird, if things get scary, you can jump and flee. But it's very interesting the way it's presented, you being a mutable earth sign, Virgo. Yeah, the change up, not wanting to commit all at once versus the fixed king, the most serious king of the deck. It's a very unusual dynamic. So some of you might be dating an air sign. It's very possible. Or yes, something about getting away from the standard, the tradition, what you used to think was right, changing your mind on something. That's what this could represent. On something that you used to be very fixed on, the way you view something or saw it, you may actually be coming around to, like, I keep hearing like experimentation, trying new things, mixing it up. Your person likes your butt a lot. They like looking at your butt. That's coming through with both these cards, whether you're male or female, all about that ass. All right, Virgo, very good. Moving on to your person. Let's check in and see what your person is all about right now. All right, let's see here. So Queen of Fire, that is my Aries card. It's my Witch card. It could also be Sagittarius or Leo. It doesn't have to be a fire sign, but it's someone who presents with fire sign qualities. So it might be strong in their chart, or at very, very basic minimum, they're very beautiful. Fire signs, it's like light. It draws our eye. We are naturally attracted to it. They also have Judgment coming up, 4 of Cups. Okay, interesting. And the Hanged Man. So yeah, with your person too, there is something that they're waiting on as well. How I was saying, somebody is not ready to go all in yet, and maybe that message is kind of coming through for both of you, wanting to be able to leapfrog. That was the term I was kind of looking for. Instead of, I found my safe place and I'm just going to hang on to it. I found my person and I'm not letting go. It doesn't seem that way for you or this person either. This could represent someone who's very controlling in your life, wanting to get out of it could represent like a parental figure, depending on how old you are, or again, it's just the fearing the judgment. And so that's why this feels a little bit like clandestine or very like flirty and playful, but not making it official yet, not making it set in stone, not agreeing, you're my person and I'm yours, and blah, blah, like it just doesn't feel like that. And it feels like that for your person too. I think a judgment is coming about where you stand with one another. But Four of Cups is typically a card of boredom or complacency or something about the avenues of love. It's like a tapped well. There's not a lot of emotional fulfillment left in what is before this person. So if this does have to do with someone leaving a husband, a wife, a partner once and for all, and maybe that's when the commitment will come in, possible. I don't even love saying that message because I don't want to put false hope in people's in people's hearts, right? Love is a very tricky energy. But yeah, there is something about someone feels trapped in their current relationship, and it may actually be because they have a child with someone, particularly if it doesn't matter what gender you are. If this person has a wife or a husband that is a fire sign, they may have a child with that person, but the relationship it's very lackluster. There's no love left in this relationship. Something about like it's like a bubble or something like a dome. Like they just want to break through the ceiling. They just want to get out. And that's symbolic of the home, the family they've built. And I'm not saying there's no love for the child, particularly if their child is a Pisces. That could be something, or a water sign, a very dreamy, a very dreamy, creative child, something like that. Or that could represent your person who again, might be a little bit immature. No shade, I'm just putting it out there. Yeah, your person may need to make a judgment on where there is still love left in their life and if they're willing to stick around and pursue it. This could relate to you, but I don't know why. I'm just getting that your person is committed. This could represent fearing that the wife or the husband will find out, right? There is a little bit of energy of, as I was saying, like hush, hush. Be really careful with that, Virgo. I do think that this person has a lot of sex appeal. If you are sleeping together, I understand that, yeah, that's exciting for you. Yeah, because they're presenting as queen of fire, queen of passion, queen of beauty, energy, excitement, flirtation. But yeah, it does kind of feel like the power rests with them to come forward because they're the ones who are otherwise committed. And the thing is, I think they're bored with the status quo, and we'll see what's between you, but it feels like they do want to move forward. But yeah, it's like something about divine timing with judgment. It's almost the completion of a cycle. It's almost the world card. It's almost time for them to like break through their little glass bubble, their little world, and go for all the money, right? For all the love, for the better commitment, their wishes, their dreams, their 9 of cups. But that's what I mean. Conflicted about who you love or how to go after the love you want. That kind of feels like your person. And feel free to swap the roles. Very often that happens, especially my cross watchers. When I'm saying Virgo, I may actually be talking to you. Please take only what fits your story. So let's look at what's between you guys. Finances and career is the love card that came up. So that says to me, yeah, someone is trying to work their way through a situation. And again, with this child card and the transformations of cycles, their child may be reliant on their income, and maybe that is reason why they're needing to stay and be. It's almost like keeping a protective bubble of the world that they've built for themselves. They're not quite ready to fully embrace you or welcome you into that yet. But they like sleeping with you, or they like flirting with you, or even if you haven't slept together, there is something very innocent and playful, and it feels like that's what this person needs. Because when they're on their home turf, or even if they're not married, even if they're at work, right? It seems like something about that is demanding of their time, and so the time they spend with you, they want it to be very, very lighthearted and easy. They don't want to have to be like having these really heavy conversations and making really heavy decisions when like they just want to play. They just want to play with you. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, particularly if they're not married. That to me is like a giant red flag. If they're cheating on their person, right? No matter how much they love you, who's to say that they won't do that to you in the future? So like that is a giant red flag to me, but you do you. This is your life, Virgo, not mine. So also between you have the Lovers, and in this card there are 3 people. I'm just going to put that out there. Also a card of Gemini. A lot of my Virgos are dealing with a Gemini. Again, a mutable sign, the idea of wanting change, getting bored when they're in the same scenario for too long. A card of boredom. There is something kind of interesting about mutable signs coming together. It could also involve a Pisces too. Pisces, Gemini, let's see, Virgo, and who am I missing? Pisces, Gemini, Virgo, and my fire sign, Sagittarius. And that's who this could be too. Something about mutable signs is important here. So then let's see. You also have you have the Lovers twice. How interesting. Something about a snake in the grass, or this person has, especially my males out there, they have a nice penis. That's coming through. King of Pentacles, and they're a little bit cocky. They're a little bit arrogant, but I actually think you like that about them. They might be significantly older than you as well, Virgo. And yeah, it's almost like there's what's become the ho-hum, everyday, boring, like complacent type stuff going on in their life. And then when they're with you, it's electric, it's alive, it's very sexually charged. But again, there's a reason why they're not coming forward to you. It's because they have a lot on their plate right now. This, again, may have to do with work and finances, but flat out, I'm getting very heavy vibes that they are otherwise committed or have a person on the sidelines. Or I'm just going to call it like it is. It seems like they are still working their way through, I don't know, maybe it's a divorce or this or that, or something with a child where you are not the main, You are not the main center of attention. You are not center stage for them right now. And it's not because there isn't feelings there. There is. But as I'm saying, this person, for better or worse, when they're with you, they want to have fun. So if you're not on the same page, then yeah, maybe you need to have a conversation. If you're looking for like a wedding ring and like, let's put a title on it, let's be exclusive, I don't sense that in roughly the month of February. I think you're going to still be hanging out. I think you're going to be making out. I think you're going to be, doing the fun, easy stuff. But yeah, if you're looking for something very heavy and very committed, again, very fixed, right? Non-mutable, very, very stationary, very stable. This person does have the ability to do that, but it is not with you at this time. This person very likely has a child for a lot of you guys. Or if it's not a literal child, it's almost like their work, their career is their little baby. It's like their seed that they're trying to grow and develop. They are not about to throw in the towel on something that they've already spent years of their life committing to, but that doesn't necessarily mean a marriage. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. They could be taking care of a sick parent. Something about the family, okay? So if they're not married, if none of that is making sense, they may be tied to their family in ways that is obviously not romantic, but it's commanding their time and attention. And it's like when they need to be on and making executive, serious decisions, it's going to that avenue of their life, not you. So I don't say that in a harsh way. I know that feels a little bit difficult for those who are like, but I'm in love with them and why aren't they communicating? That's why. It's not that they don't have passion for you. This person is passion incarnate. They're presenting as the queen of fire energy, right? Sexuality. But yeah, it's almost like they're on the brink of transformation, or they may be waiting to hear results of some important business deal, some sort of financial deal. They may be really pinching their pennies, and so they're not able to take you out to, expensive dinners every night or whatever that is, right? They're waiting for something to fly. They're waiting for something to take off. They're waiting for freedom, potentially, right? If we're in judgment, an important judgment call needs to be made that ultimately in the world card sets you free. It restores order and harmony and balance. So this is indicating there's still some loose ends. Needing to go back to the past, needing to go back to a certain person in their life, and yeah, get out of that mental conflict, that chaos. This can sometimes be a card of competition or arguments. It's almost like once they get through that sort of tricky energy, then it becomes more clear to them who is their wish fulfillment. What is it that they want? What makes their heart sing? Particularly if any of my Virgos have strong water in their chart, particularly a Pisces or a Cancer moon, something about that is important. And you may have you may both have moon signs in water, if that makes sense. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You have you have two cards of Pisces, and transformation is death in this card, so it is a Scorpio card. And because death did fall over finances and career, again, waiting for some sort of inheritance. And I'm not predicting death. I don't do that on my channel, but there might be something to that either on your side or theirs. But I actually do kind of like this. It almost goes from 3 lovers, meaning, the side piece and the main piece, to 2. And you become sort of the center of their world if they're metaphorically the snake, and I'm saying that because of like the red. Something about that just feels, and something about the penis too. I said that earlier. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever gender you are, whatever sex you're into, something about that is kind of important. Anyway, back to this. Whew, I'm getting distracted here. It goes from 3 essentially to 2 because the snake is sort of the other lover in this. It does kind of have this Garden of Eden type thing to it, but yeah. Basing it off of like the story we have evolving here, they want to entangle themselves with you. They want to wrap themselves around you, but they're still deciding how to either, again, peacefully disconnect with the old partner, the ex, the whatever. It's mental conflict and chaos is still an issue right here, but they are leaning towards you. You are like kind of, I just have to call it like it is. You are like the side piece right now because there is a little bit of like flirtation or again making out, maybe like you're sleeping together here and there, but it's not official, it's not committed, it doesn't have a title on it. That is where their eye is naturally going. It is to you, Virgo. So again, there's something here that could be very stable. It could be a very rich relationship, right? Pentacles frequently talk about money, stability, growth, our jobs. It does seem like whatever financial careers are impacting this, money will be good eventually, but yeah, there is a bit of a waiting game in terms of this person offering any sort of commitment to you, of you being the chosen one. So yeah, don't be sitting around waiting for this person. Make sure you're going out and enjoying things, living your life. If you're dating and there hasn't been any conversation of are we exclusive, you have no reason not to pursue other avenues, not to date other people. So what is your final advice or guidance? You have 8 of Fire. Oop, did I lose my computer here? There we go. You have 8 of Fire, so that is 8 of Wands. Rapid, swift communication. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Oh, there it is. Now we have the World. Love it. Okay, guys, so it is progressing in the right direction. Even this, right? It goes from 3 to 2. We were saying that with the Lovers. It goes from 3 to 2. So it's like we're getting rid of the excess baggage. We're whittling it down to the main person, the center of our world, the center of our universe. She looks like she's on like a Thanksgiving dinner table. He's like, yeah, that's mine. Yeah. Hypersexualized Virgo. Interesting. Could be a Capricorn you're dealing with as well. 3 of Cups, and then let's see. This deck is new to me, so this would be 18, I think, is the Moon. You have the Moon. So more Piscean energy. Yeah, communication towards, like, as I was saying, like wrapping them around your finger, like engulfing them in your arms and your love. Same with this image, in your angel wings. It's like choosing the one that makes you happy. I do think that it has to be on your person's side because they're the one that's committed. You seem kind of like you don't have much to lose here. Again, you've been kind of leapfrogging from one relationship to the next, waiting for the one that feels right. Clearly, you're interested in this, but I will say, even in your energy, it's presenting as mainly Sword and Pentacles. So for me, Wands and Cups are passion and love and really intense. Here, it's like there's a focus on the physical with Pentacles, what their body looks like, how you feel physically when you're with them, if that makes sense. So what I'm kind of dancing around is like the sex is good, or you're attracted to them visually, but I'm not sure how much substance is there. And even this card, which the Sun is a great card. It's joyful, it's happiness, it's illumination, it's freedom, it's children, it's things that make you happy and warm and feel good. There's a lot of contemplation on her face here, right? The whole metaphor of I don't want to get stung again, because again, some of you have been with a Leo or a fire sign in the past and got burned. I don't think you want that to happen again. And so you're approaching it cautiously, but ultimately I do think you are looking for something stable. And so again, err with caution. You don't want someone being an energy vampire, sucking the life out of you, sucking the energy out of you, taking your love and then running with it and not returning it back to you. You do seem to be, and I don't do fear-based readings here, I'm just putting it out there for 1 or 2 of you who are dating around and seem to have multiple people with eyes on you or multiple people pursuing you. Not all of those are good energies. Some of those people are very, something about they like to use people. Very much, and no offense, but very much a Capricorn energy. If you're tight with a Capricorn, and again, it's like a hit it and quit it type energy. There are some people that are not considering your feelings in the situation, and so make sure you're using your intelligence, logic, good decision-making, good judgment skills, right? You have judgment cards coming up twice to determine who is actually feeding your joy, who actually is feeding your happiness, and that is something that it needs to radiate from your center. It has to start with you, your heart space. This is basically saying make sure you're loving yourself, because if you're constantly looking for avenues of other people to tell you that you're good enough, I'm just getting, there's not a lot of people in your life right now who are doing that, so make sure that you're able to do that for yourself. Make sure you are loving yourself first and foremost, and for any of my Virgos with a child, that needs to be the center of your world too. Not this extra, I almost said extramarital affair, or whatever this is. You and your kids, I mean, sure, if you're married, but then I don't know. Then I sort of question why you're watching a love reading. But anyway, you know your story. Make sure you are at the center of your universe and your cup refills on its own. It's not relying on other people to come and give you romantic wooing and offering to build yourself up to feel good. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, so there is forward movement to, again, getting rid of the excess baggage, at least making it 2 rather than 3 for the time being. And yet there's freedom. You guys are allowed to like explore new territory, and that could be what this is too. Taking your relationship to the next level. The idea of movement and change, as I was saying, mutable signs are very important here. Sagittarius, Pisces, you Virgo, and oh gosh, who am I missing now? Gemini. I'm so sorry, guys. My camera froze. So yeah, it does seem like somebody moves forward with action, particularly a Sagittarius may be involved here. And then it's like once you guys are able to just be on your own, there's like a victory there. There's a celebration. And if money is no longer a factor, like if they get that payout they're waiting for, or something about, I don't know, alimony or child support maybe impacting their ability to go out and have a good time with you, something about that does change. There's a transition into a new cycle where it feels very lighthearted, a card of Cancer. And then it does, so there is sort of like a quick fix. There's a quick relief that comes that probably at the end of February, where maybe you are able to start communicating some more important decisions about this relationship. Are we or aren't we? You know, is this a reason or for a reason or a season, that type of energy. But it's asked something about looking at yourself in the mirror and being really truthful with yourself about the illusions that you may have projected onto this relationship. And no shade, there's no judgment here. I don't mean to talk down to you. Something about this seems better than it really is. And for a lot of you, it has to do with the idea of they're so great, but they're married. It's like, okay, well, that long term, that's not going to work. Someone needs to make an important decision, an important judgment call. There is something about the reflection versus the reality, what it could be versus what it is. Make sure when you're with this person, you're not glossing over the details of what you don't like, that you're seeing it at face value for what it really is. Because for a lot of you, again, at face value, you guys like to have fun together, and that's what this is. It's very Sagittarian energy. If it's not fun, they're peacing out, they're gone. They're the Knight of Wands, they're the player energy. Again, not for everybody, but take it if it resonates. All right, final advice or guidance for my Virgos out there. Sagittarius just flew out. Taurus, I'll read them all to you at the end. We'll take a couple more. So you have Sagittarius, Taurus, Leo, and Pisces. Yeah, we're getting a lot of Pisces. And again, that Fire King, Fire Queen, that could absolutely be a Leo too. Doesn't have to be any of these signs, but these are the ones that Spirit, the messages in this video wanted to come out. So these might be strong in your chart too. You're a Virgo Sun, but maybe you have a shitload of Taurus in your chart. Something like that, right? We'll take one more of these, wrapping it up for my Virgos. I almost called you Sagittarius. I'm going to take a romance card, final advice or guidance, and one of these. So the card that flew out says, getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Yeah, it's surface level, it's physicality right now. It's going out and having fun. Even if you're not sleeping together, it's going to a movie, it's making out, it's this and that, it's grabbing a coffee, but it's not solidified. It's not committed yet. And you know this, Virgo. You already know this to be true. And maybe that's what you want initially, but it does seem like with transformation, one of you has some sort of like, okay, well, where are we really at now? All right, then 10 of Swords. Yeah, make sure you don't get hurt. Again, clarity and logic and truthful communication about where you stand. If you're not happy with this, if you're not happy, don't pretend that you are. Again, something about seeing it at face value, what it really is versus what you imagine it could be, and not sinking into like a deep depression about it, not letting your thoughts, not handing over your power to your negative thoughts, not automatically like seeing the worst in this or projecting the worst onto this, but also the reverse, not over fantasizing about what it could be one day. Stay very grounded with all this earth energy. Keep 2 feet, firmly planted on the ground. Like this is really, it's like the higher vibrational you, Virgo, being very smart about how you proceed with this relationship. If it's quick and it's fly by night and you're cool with that, that's fine, because I think that's all you're going to get at the beginning of this relationship, even if it hasn't come into your life yet. But yeah, as it gets more serious, your person gets more conflicted. And I want to underscore, it's not because they don't like you, but they have a lot going on right now. So this is sort of saying to me, keep it light. You don't need to take this too seriously at the beginning, because you're simply not going to get that back. So don't overinvest yourself in something where it's like they're constantly sucking you dry. It's like they want the honey, but then they peace out. It's very kind of like player energy, but it's a player who does like you. I think they're going to keep returning. I'm not sensing it's like completely hit it and quit it, but There's 3 people here. So even if this other person isn't literally the wife or the girlfriend or the boyfriend, right? It's something else that they can't completely focus their time on you. For a lot of them, it's a child. Again, a card of Gemini coming up here. Yeah, this person likes your boobs and your butt, if that resonates in any capacity. All right, ending on that note, your boobs and your butt. Have a good one, Virgo. Please let me know in the comments down below if any of this resonates for you, and I will see you very soon for more tarot. And like, share, subscribe. Bye.